what an amazing and interesting week it is, Leo. This is your week ahead astrology forecast by Astrology Motivation by Born Without Boundaries. In this video, weekly, we go over the major planetary aspects and transits and how they're aspecting your natal sun and what that means for your bottom line. All you need to know to understand this video is your birth date, because I'll translate everything else for you. We're covering the week of September 8th through the 14th of 2023. And yes, that includes a new moon on the 14th at 21 degrees Virgo. How lovely that's going to be. How really, really lovely. It is actually really, really lovely. We're going to get into it. Let's start off with the big stuff, Leo, shall we? So I got a few things that are happening here in the beginning of the week. Yeah. Oh, I got all my notes, guys. If I don't write this down, you know I forget about it. Doesn't even get in the noggin. But we start off the week where Mercury is conjunct the sun. And that's just the beginning of the week because Mercury is retrograding away from the sun. So I like the energy, though. It's a great way to start off this week because it's like, aha, I've realized something in retrospective. And that's really exceptional because, God, isn't it horrible when you just miss something important? And this is when you are able to realize it because it is really bright energy. We also have Venus. Very active, square to Jupiter, and trine to Chiron, and sextile to Mars. That's, okay, first of all, Venus sextile to Mars is sexy-ass energy. That's just horn dog energy. It's vital. It's sensual. It's feeling real good and having that, energy up. And then it's square to Jupiter, so it's all about knowing what I like, knowing what I enjoy, and being willing to be decadent while you're very virile. So you put two and two together. Venus is also trying to Chiron, so it does imply that we are not going to make the same mistakes that we used to. This is about healing, especially our sense of personal beauty or healing financial. This could be financial too. This sense of recognizing what we've got to do to make those changes to really get what we want. Could also be, because if you look at everything else around it, realizing where we have been stabbing ourselves in the foot. So we stop doing that. But it is definitely going to bring an enlightenment to us that we need and we will find very helpful. The Sun and Mercury are both trine to Jupiter until the 9th because the Sun and Mercury are conjunct. But then the Sun all week long is trine to Jupiter. In fact, even during this new moon, the Sun is trine to Jupiter. The Sun is also, this new moon is also going to be trine to Uranus. So this is definitely about surprises, expansion, and growth. Getting really comfortable with our own sense of uniqueness and who we really are and what we're really capable of. Broadening our perspective and being able to finally grow and stretch out as our own unique self, not something that somebody else has created. The Sun is in opposition at the end of this week to Neptune. By the end of this week, and by the time it's the new moon, the Sun is in opposition to Neptune. It's an loose opposition to Neptune, but that's all about self-deception. That's all about tricking yourself or kidding yourself or being easily fooled. But how have you been easily fooled or distracted away from the things that really matter to you and away from your authenticity? How have you convinced yourself that that isn't possible? Because it is. And you're getting a lot more comfortable with the concept that it is absolutely possible to be authentically you. God bless retrograde season for bringing this all back up to us. On the 11th, this is really beautiful energy. I love it because the moon is going to be conjunct to Venus in Leo. It's very romantic energy. It's very dreamy and open, sensitive, kind, sweet, and malleable, and receptive, and psychic. Very creative energy, all of which is still sextile to Mars. Extraordinarily ooey gooey, lovely, loving day. And some of you are conjunct to it. We'll get into who. All of this is also still trine to Chiron. Yeah, trine to Chiron. And square to Jupiter. I think this could be an exceptionally beautiful day and lovely day for you. And sexy day. I'm just going to say it. I want to be sure I didn't skip over anything important. Oh yes, on the 10th, Mercury goes into a loose opposition with Saturn. What is that all about? It's all about repressed speech or suppressed speech. Not repressed, suppressed. Feeling like you can't or you're not allowed to. Laws, rules, regulations, or information people try to keep down or shove down and not talk about or make you not talk about. But that once again, we're revisiting that. Because I think shit's about to come up. You know, all in all, this is what I wrote down. What is distracting you? That's what you need to prioritize. Because Venus is also sesical quadrate to Neptune, and Mars is sesical quadrate to Uranus. When I say what is distracting you, what I mean is I want you to try to focus this week on where your mind keeps getting led. Like where your daydreams keep carrying you. What is the too good to be true thing that it's so simple almost to see that it's not going to be real and you're going to be disappointed, but why do you want to believe it so bad? It's not good to fall for this shit or believe this shit, but it is good to sit back, zoom out, and objectively look, well, what is the need you're trying to fill? What I'm saying is there is very, very important information in those desires and those distractions. Because what they're actually doing is trying to let you know or indicating what it is you really feel you lack in your life and what it is you desire. And why the hell aren't you going after that full steam ahead instead of sitting there wishing for it? You can start little by little bringing this into your life once you know and accept that it is a desire. That could be the brilliant awakening this week, guys. Let's go into Leo specific information. What is happening in Leo? Venus is in Leo. She's traveling between 12 and 14 degrees because she is direct now. Beautiful. She's rolling through the second decan of Leo. So if you know who you already are, it's you guys that are going to, that 9/11, that beautiful day, conjunct to Venus and the moon, sextile to Mars, trying to Chiron. Exceptionally wonderful, beautiful day of like rising self-esteem, capability, and self-appreciation. But what's the moon doing? What's the sun doing? Well, we know the sun is participating, conjuncting the moon on the 14th at 21 degrees Virgo. And that's going to be big for you because sun in Virgo is all about, it's all about getting things done. It's all about, the star is the process, right? The star is the growth and the growing. When this moon comes and conjuncts the sun, it is all about this deep understanding and emotional fulfillment of being able to produce. So it is very productive energy. And new moons are great times, especially in Virgo, to plant your seeds. Whatever is planted on this moon will be highly productive. The sun is going to move from the beginning of this week until the end of this week at that new moon from 16 degrees to 21 degrees Virgo. So it's going to mostly be in the second decan of Virgo. It is trine to Jupiter all week long, and it is trine to Uranus loosely all week long, but especially more when it becomes like to the end of the week at the 21st. When the sun trines them both, this is really understanding and knowing who you are and what you're capable of and not being afraid to stand out. It is exceptionally bright energy and it is complete revelation. So this energy of aha is on crack for you guys. By the 10th, the sun is also going to be in opposition to Neptune. And honestly, I think that that's good because it's going to make you realize a lot about your desires, a lot about what is distracting you and why you keep getting distracted and why you keep buying into stupid shit. What do you need to admit you desire? Could also be that it dawns on you who has been bamboozling you and how you have been distracted, or yeah, let's just stay there. I had also note, I don't want to get into that. What I want to do is get into the decans of Leo. Let's do that. If you know that your natal sun is between 0 and 9 degrees Leo, your natal sun is in the first decan of Leo. So you're Leo 1s. This correlates to July Leos. Basically anybody born between, say, the 22nd, 23rd of July through the 31st of July. That would be you guys. You guys are sextile to Mars up through the 11th, because in the beginning of the week, up to the 11th, Mars is right at the end of the first decan. So especially those of you born more toward the 30th and the 31st, you're going to really feel Mars, sextile to Mars all week long. This is vitality, this is energy, this is beauty, this is beautiful, eloquent way of moving and being active and really, really feeling very vital. If you're at the cusps, which is basically the 22nd, 23rd of July, you guys are also in opposition to Pluto and square the nodes. So this has always been a very transformative time for you guys. A lot of change. Doesn't mean bad. It just means really transformative and really ballsy. Like you really leaning into, I'm gonna change. I've gotta change. It has to change. You could be very disruptive energy to make other people turn the corner as well. On the 10th, your natal suns are going to be conjunct the moon and opposite Pluto. So on the 10th specifically, this is going to be a very moody day for you. It's going to be a very pop-offish. Your emotions will go to the extremes on this day. Ground yourself with water nearby, in a bath. Really allow yourself to breathe and not overreact just by counting to 10 before you take action. It's going to be more extreme. Your emotions are going to be extreme, and sometimes we need this. But just know that it's highly volatile on the 10th. Leo 2s. If you know your natal sun is between 10 and 19 degrees Leo, it's in the second decan of Leo. So you guys are Leo 2s. This correlates to birthdays between August 1st and August 11th. Your natal suns are conjunct to Venus. It is you guys that are going to experience that ridiculously lovely day when the moon comes in conjunction with your natal suns on the 11th. This is sexy and romantic energy, real major breakthroughs when it comes to romance in your life. Hopefully it can also be progress when it comes to finances too. A nice breakthrough, especially with things that have been unseen and mysterious. It's like suddenly everything's coming together. On the 12th, by the 12th, your natal suns are also going to be sextile to Mars. So just because Venus is sextile to Mars and conjunct your natal suns doesn't mean Mars was in full sextile to all of you. But by the 12th, Mars is in full sextile to all of you. So this is when you're going to really feel like after the 11th, that vitality really punch up and kick in. And it is good. It is a good opportunity to take action on something. If you just feel the push, go with it. Your natal suns are also square to Jupiter, which is very optimistic energy, but it could be super indulgent energy, especially self-indulgent energy. With your natal suns square to it and also conjunct to Venus, extremely decadent, indulgent, self-indulgent energy. But your natal suns are also trying to Chiron, so there's a sense of maybe you need some of that. Maybe you need to let yourself indulge and feel the pleasure of who you are, right? To not make the same mistake again. Learn from your past and learn self-worth and self-value. Your natal suns are also semi-square the current sun most of the week. So right up until I would say the 13th, 14th, when the sun moves into the third decan, your natal suns are going to be semi-square to the sun. That could just, it's like you're being spurred on. It's like you're being energized. It's like you're being purposely pushed through your ego or through your insight. It's like, I want to get seen. I want to be noticed. I gotta have courage here. So I would say between the 12th, around the 12th, between the 11th and say the 13th, this is going to be the most prominent days for you to know which direction you're going to be moving or you want to be moving. You'll have the courage and vitality to take that first step out the door. How about, let's go into Leo 3s. So if you know that your natal sun is between 20 and 29 degrees Leo, it's in the third decan of Leo. So you guys are Leo 3s. This correlates to birthdays between August 12th and the 22nd, in and around there. Your natal suns are conjunct the moon on the 12th. So on the 12th, the moon will move past your natal suns. This is a feeling of wholeness and completeness and certainty of who you are. So whatever you are certain about on these days, take note of, because there's an assurance there of comfort that will reveal really what makes you feel most whole and complete, is all I'm going to say. Absolutely emotional stability as well. Your natal suns are semi-square to Mars most of the week. That could mean popping at things, wanting to take action before you're ready to, jumping at straws, being a little more defensive. Just an FYI. Any kind of frustrated aspect to Mars could lead to increased chance of injury. Just an FYI. Your natal suns are in a long-term square to Uranus, which means pressure when it comes to being yourself, being true to yourself and your own identity and your own uniqueness. And then this trine to the north node and sextile to the south node means you're getting a little cozier with awakening to taking action in your own life and more comfortable with the things that you used to be uncomfortable with because of opportunities that are coming through your established skills and talents. We also have the cuspers. If you're at the cusp between Leo and Virgo, so between, say your birthdays are like August 22nd, August 21st, August 22nd, August 23rd, your natal suns are going to eventually, by the end of the week, be opposite to Saturn. And that's when you'll feel some real pressure and really, really repressed. And with that square to Uranus, it'll become so agitated that you'll almost be super insistent on rebelling because you're tired of feeling restricted. You let me know in the comments below, Leo. I would love to see how this energy impacts you guys. I love you like crazy. And please remember to like this video, share your love with me, and then share this video with people that you know would like it too. Don't forget to subscribe before you log off, and then come on over to Born Without Boundaries Tarot for your week ahead tarot card reading. I'll see you guys in the videos. Bye, Leo.